Hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight's training will cover everything you need to know about the Scout Sabers coupon card and how to have a successful sale. So I want to say thank you all to our chairs. They've done a tremendous job in helping us put this entire campaign together to help you all have a successful sale. All the materials that we're reviewing tonight will be posted on the website. The website will be your main resource for training and information, and most of the materials are already uploaded to the site. Please check back regularly because we will post new training materials, especially materials that you need as unit leaders. So please let your district chairs know, let your district executives know, let me know, the staff advisor, of anything you need, and we will make sure that you get it so that you can have a successful sale. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Howard Weiss, and we're going to kick off our training.
Okay. So, as we've told you, it is the Scout Savers coupon card campaign. We changed it from the camp card because we want to get more specific on what we're doing. We're talking about savings, and we want to give something to the public, which is the coupon card. So the purpose of this campaign, it's fundraising. Scouts can earn their way to camp. They fund the unit expenses and so on, and do the fun Scout programs and adventures. And the key here is the Scout themselves is doing the fundraising. But when a Scout does something, it's a fun with a purpose. So we all make sure that they understand goal settings, learning to earn their way to camp. And this allows every Scout the ability to have that summer camp experience, because otherwise they might not be able to pay their way through to get to Broad Creek. And just as important, it raises the awareness of Scouting and the Broad Creek offerings within the community. So people really get the feel that there's something local that offers training and makes a better Scout, a better citizen, a better future for America. And also, well, it's a great value for a customer. So Scout, we can't do anything but give something back to the community. You as the unit leader has a very, very special role because you are the Scout Savings Card coordinator for their unit. So we need you to recruit teammates. You're going to create the goals and the sales plan for each Scout and family. I want you to go through all the training resources. Don't assume that you've seen it all before. Please go through it thoroughly, and makes it better for us if you can comment for next year as well. You need to plan unit kickoffs and show each unit how to do it by giving them some simple counseling and help them through the training materials. We want you to help show everybody how to encourage the Scouts and the families to use this training material to the best of their ability. Scheduling storefront sales and the Scouts that will attend them, show everybody how to do that correctly, and we'll get to that further as we go. And the other big thing is you're encouraging everyone how worthwhile this is, because they don't really understand it sometimes. That's not just another sales item that they can go through like popcorn or wreaths or anything else. This is a very particular special program. And we have the incentives for the Scouts to achieve their goal, which we'll get into as well. So you as the district chair, you're there to make these people successful. So the more you know, the further they can go. Now, most important, we have our coupon card. What is it? Well, it's access to amassment of savings for everyone, not just in Baltimore, across the country. Because we have the physical card, which typically is within the Baltimore Area Council, Central Maryland, and some places else outside of the initial area will accept the card. But to expand on it, Carolyn worked hard through every moment of the day to get this online mobile app together that allows everyone that you know, no matter where they live in the United States, to take advantage of savings for this program. So we'll start with the physical card. As we said, it's kind of like last year. You have break-off tabs for the one-time use, and then you have the main card with reusable savings throughout the year up until December 31st. And we want you to, keep in mind that's always a wonderful thing to have. But to expand on it is the mobile app. So this could be new to a lot of people, but maybe some have used a similar type of app before. It gives you access to coupons throughout the country. You will go in and find the specific area by zip code that serves your needs. And it's not just the supermarket or getting a pizza discounted. It could be almost anything you could possibly think of that could be done online with a coupon. And to make it even better, it's not just one time I went in and saw something. It's constantly updated with more savings. So they really will see something special throughout the year. Now, there's two big ways to sell. Online sales. We're encouraging that heavily now because of the COVID situation. It's easy for people to go online, place their order, and we can get the card out to them. Your coworkers, you're sending them an email, you're sending them a quick text. It's easy for you to get the word out to get this card sent to them directly, but you do it without being there in person. But what's our good traditional way of doing it? It's the storefront sales. Unit members will contact the stores. They will go ahead and coordinate when to get their storefront set up going. They have to follow the council-based safety guidelines. Let's reemphasize that. We are Baltimore Area Council, Boy Scouts of America. We need to make sure safety first. Otherwise, it's not going to do you much good. So we will do these through February with the storefront sales and into June. So we have a bigger window than we usually have. We usually cut off in May. We have through June to do this. Okay, oops, too fast there. Now, storefront sales, be seen, be active. We are going to use the metrics from last year and typical sales, 15 to 30 cards per hour, 500 cards a day, 1,000 cards a weekend. That is still possible if we have a good location and you have dedicated scouts. Now, where do you sell these? At any high traffic store that supports the scouting program, not just the ones on the card, anywhere that wants to support scouts, okay? Because it's the mission of scouting that we're promoting, not the savings necessarily. We're trying to get the word out. Scouting is good for a purpose. And the only way to make this happen is if you're motivated. If you believe in this program, it will work. So always reach out to the staff, the district coordinator, the district executive, anybody you need to make this happen. Don't just guess at it, make it work. To set up your storefront sales, well, you got to visit the local store, know your neighborhood, find one with a good foot traffic. If you've done this through the popcorn sales or what you worked with last year for your card sales, go to the same places. They're probably wonderful and they want you to have you back. Make sure you contact the store manager so that they're in the loop. We always have a problem of maybe too many groups, too many units contacting the same one. You as a district coordinator can help coordinate that so that it's not overwhelming to a store and that they tell us don't come back at all. Go with your gut, work with your units that need it, and let the others go if they're very comfortable doing this, that they experienced. We also want to make sure that the store managers understand the program. That's not just, if it's not their store, it's listed on the card or in the online package, it's going to make them look better because they support scouting. So it's a win-win for everyone. Make sure you have your documentation with you that explains the whole program so they understand everything involved. They don't want to see this as a fly-by-night, quick money grab. They want to see it's a community-based, community action, community help. Schedule your dates. Make sure everybody knows what weekends or weekdays people are going to be at these stores. One thing we've had as a problem in the past, people might have booked for something and they didn't show up, and we missed out on a wonderful opportunity to get these out to the public. It also looks bad for us if the store thinks we don't care enough to contact them and they could have let somebody else use the space. So as a district coordinator, you might want to be involved more than you think to make sure it's seamless and that everybody sees us in a good light. And then, of course, make sure the scouters are there on the date of the sales. So you got to confirm with them that something's taken, it's going to be used. And the one thing that's worked out well is a sign-up genius. So that reminds people of who has the weekends, and then you can make sure they have a chance to sign up. So give them some time. Don't just lock them in right away. Don't wait till the last minute. About 2 weeks ahead of time is good. But you might want, if you see an empty spot, you might want to go in and reinforce, hey, we have a great weekend in front of a Safeway or a Home Depot or such. And then on top of that, if you have a credit card reader, bring the computer. You can share the online app using that or on your phone. But that's something that your unit, if you decide to use that, that's a cost that's incurred by you. There's no council provided credit card app that we have at this time. So logistics for the storefront sales. As usual, COVID or non, we like to have it with about 2 scouts and the parents per shift. If you have too many scouts, it looks a little busy. It also kind of gets a little chaotic, especially with the younger scouts. There shouldn't be too much going on that you can't have 2 scouts handle most of the traffic. It's usually a tag team. The adults, the parents volunteering will take care of the funds at the table. But most of the time people come up, it's quick, it's simple, and they move through. The other thing is let your shifts know they need to bring their own change. It's very common to somebody brings all 20s and you run out of your 5s and singles to take care of that. And the next group comes in, they didn't think to bring anything. Well, that means you're turning away sales. So everybody needs to be set up comfortably to handle their shift. Use an envelope of some sort to record the date and the time for the scouts that worked, the number of cards that you used at the beginning of the shift, and also how many cards were sold after, so that everything can be packed up per shift. If they brought $40 in seed money for the change, everything's wrapped up and sent out. You don't have to worry about handing off to the next group because that can get a little messy. And also, if you're combining all your sales for the unit, then everybody, if it's splitting out by how many hours you dedicated to the sale, it's easy to track it. You'll forget if you don't write it on the envelope. So it's a good time saver and also accounting tool. Print out a sign out genius and to check off the envelopes received against the sign up list. So make sure you've collected everything from everyone and the people who said they were coming actually made it. And then the spreadsheet that we would use to track all your sales, record the sales on it. We want them to be able to report back at a moment's notice, so to speak, to you. How are they doing? You don't want to have to wait a week or two, like I'll get back to you on it. It should be kind of instantaneous. So you have a good feel if they need more cards real quick. Now the online selling is kind of a nifty thing because the people are going to go to the site. They're going to reference the scout in the unit that promoted this package so they get credit for it. So there's going to be, send emails out, you can send a text, whatever you need to get to the site to get this online mobile app. Now you can still go door to door. You can have companies, you can have storefronts. They can help you promote the scouting program by setting up a flyer that has a QR code on it that someone walks up to with their phone, and it'll take them right to the scout site to order their cards. You don't have to be there. The store does not have to carry the cards themselves. All they have to do is give you an opportunity to present our program to the public. So that makes it even more seamless. Everybody can participate. So no matter who walks up with a phone, they have access to the card. So you want to print these flyers up, get them in stores that you know, friends that have restaurants, you name it. It's not going to be necessarily your units marked on there, but you can put them on if you wish to. Put your information on that little flyer, and then people don't even have to think about who's the one who promoted the cards to them. It's written down for them. They can just enter it right away. So it's a no-brainer, right? Now, how to ensure your success. Set a goal for the unit. So like every kid goes to camp for free. If they sell enough cards, they can. They paid their way. Register the unit right away. As soon as you talk to them, get them in. More committed they are, the more likely they are going to follow through on it. Start scheduling the storefront sales as soon as you can, because then they feel like they have to make sure they show up and they have to commit to something. Well, yeah, I'll get maybe 2 boxes of cards instead of 1 because I have 3 storefront sales set up. Make them comfortable, but also make them commit. And also, this is very important, you have to show excitement. Get them totally psyched about this whole program. They've been going probably for a year without many opportunities to do fundraising. The popcorns campaign wasn't as good as we liked because of the situation. We are now giving every unit an opportunity to find another way to raise funds to get them to camp as soon as we're able to get everybody there. They're taking reservations. I mean, they're going to open the camp in the summer. You want to be there. We want the scouts out and about, enjoying the weather. So call the district camp card chair, call a camp card coach, a DE if you need help, if you need ideas. As you can tell, I'm very calm, cool, and collected. I'm very low key. If you need me to be the voice, I'll be the voice, whatever it takes to get you to be successful. Now, there's other ways that scouts can sell. Give them a stack of cards, right? They feel obligated to use those cards up. Get more cards after you sold some cards. Don't dump 1,000 cards on a scout and expect them to sell them. No, give them something easy to achieve. I can move 5 cards. I can do 10 cards. Also, if their parents are buying the cards for themselves, once they realize how wonderful they are, they're more likely to encourage their scout to go out and support this program, because they know how much value's there they would want to share. Because of course we're loving people. We want to share with everybody. Now, if you've done this before, you realize that 7 times is the number, lucky 7. You talk about this and repeat this message 7 times, it will sink in. So don't be afraid to repeat. Just stick it, make it clean, keep it simple, and they will understand that you have something worthwhile to give them. Now, ask everyone. Now, if you don't ask, they don't have a chance to buy. Not everyone is going to buy one. But if they see the sincere look on the scout's face saying, I like to go to camp, I could use your help, can you support me? I'm very certain they're going to at least listen to them. But if they don't ask, can't do anything about it. Repeating the pitch over and over, which is, would you like to save $5 today and support the scouts? That's clean and simple, right? They'll ask some questions, but it's simple enough. It doesn't take any time. It's easy to repeat. It's easy to remember. It's easy for the sale. Now, would you like to save hundreds of dollars every time you shop? I think that will get their attention. And you can support that statement by showing them the online app. So it's a no-brainer there because it is what we say it is. It's savings for everyone at a large dollar amount. Now, one other thing that we're trying to do is teach the scouts how to be a good communicator. So you can use this towards merit badge and some other type of activities, but you want them to be comfortable enough to look an adult in the eye and share this information. If they're looking at their shoes, if they're looking at the sky, they're looking at their hands, it kind of makes people feel like this isn't something serious or something legit. Good eye contact, confidence. Have the scouts practice on their parents, have them practice on their friends. If they believe it, they will sell it because it's something from the heart. Now, also, we are scouts. We are polite. We are respectful. They will appreciate that. That's a good message to send to the world that we are there for a bigger purpose. It just so happens we're offering them a scout card. So it's more important that we are scouts, and we are going to show how good scouts are. If you have only 2 scouts, you don't have to worry about crowding because you don't have a large quantity of noise and misinformation going around. So 1 scout, 1 customer. The other scout should be ready for the next person walking by. And if there's more people than that, they can listen from the side and they'll jump in. So they should be good. Make sure it's not too crazy. Our agenda. Grand opening with music, cheers, and excitement. Like everything else we do in scouting, we want to get people totally psyched about it. You need to start it off. So be prepared with some sort of campaign supplements that will make people think differently. This isn't the standard issue. I want to talk to you about something. You got to get their attention. Ensure that each scout signs out 5 to 10 camp cards. That should be easy to do. The family themselves might even want to buy more because they will use it for themselves. But 5 to 10 is a very achievable number. No problem there. Most likely they will not return them. They will go out the door. So if anything, you have to get them more cards pretty quick. Explain the commission incentives, because if they know them, they will believe them and they will be able to sell more because their heart's in it. Review the summertime camping opportunities in the Baltimore Area Council. Remember, we have the best camp in America. Believe it. They've done so many improvements. Don't let people tell you otherwise. It's a wonderful facility and it's going to be available for everyone. And the best way to make sure it stays that way is by getting these scout cards out to the public, and that will support Broad Creek to the finest. Review your goals and key dates. Make sure people are comfortable knowing they have a little bit longer than normal to promote the cards, but we do need them back at the correct time. Otherwise, we will be rushing, wasting a lot of energy that we could have been using marketing these cards. And we want to get them out the door, out to the people. Otherwise, they can't be used. The scout training, make sure the scouts understand what's going on. So if that unit is not clear, if they're not as good as you'd like them to be about promoting this, that's where people like me can come in. We can help supplement the training if need be. You don't have to be doing this all by yourself. We're a team, okay? Cover safety and courtesy tips. Safety is paramount. If they see us being unsafe or questionable in our activities, they're not going to think very highly of what we're offering. So drive that into people's heads. It's very important. Unit incentives. We're going to have more items available to show as we go along. We're still going through our list of things that might be worthwhile to some units and might not to others. We do have for 50, I think it's 50 cards. We're going to have a gift certificate. We're trying to think of other ways of it's worthwhile to you. We're in the strange times. Trip to medieval times might be something that would be worthwhile in the future, but might not mean something to you today. So we're still playing with some options. But if you could think of something, please send it to us, especially in the chat box, or just drop us an email. And big finish. Send scouts and parents homes excited to sell. If they leave that place feeling like you went through a timeshare sales pitch, we're not going to do any good. They might not believe it, but they can make this year the most successful year they've ever had for fundraising if they put their heart into it. And they have to believe it. They have to know how easy it is for this to happen. Incentives. Boom. Like I said, the $50 Scout Shop gift card from BAC for every 500 cards sold. Now, how many people really think they could go without a $50 Scout Shop card? I can't. I can find tons of stuff to buy there. This is a wonderful incentive. Now we're going to go for top unit, top district, top sales for the council, and the top unit leader. That all of you are important. All of these are incentives that hopefully will get them going and make them successful. And I would hope that they believe that just earning money for themselves is enough. But if they need a little bit more, they like the competition, we're going to have them. So stand by. We'll get some more information out to you. Pick your commission. This is where it gets a little number crunching. Those of you who've done this before, It's a standard 50% commission. The online ordering system asks the buyer to enter a district unit and Scout family last name, referring to the Scout. They're optional fields. They're not mandatory. So they have to put this in. The card can be sold without. Make sure the buyer knows who is the Scout that's supporting them. If it's not going to be a specific Scout, it's going to be a unit. Make sure the unit's referenced. Otherwise, we can't get you the credit that you deserve for the sale. Okay? Storefront sales. Well, of course, 50% commission. You got the cards. You turned them over to the customer. You know what you sold. Nice and easy. We could do a little better though, right? 60% commission. Well, that goes for the people who are going to commit to Broad Creek for the 2021 camping. You need to get the information into us about your unit, that your unit is committing before April 15th. Okay. It's not like half the unit wants to go and half wants. It's kind of an all or nothing. It's either 50%, or if the whole unit commits, it's 60%. And that's another incentive because everybody wants to get to camp this year. Do you think we can do better than that? Anyone? Anyone? Boom. Called bulk unit purchase. Now, this one allows you to buy a minimum of 160 cards, one box. Everybody knows that. You get it for $2 a card. Okay, what's the big deal about that? Well, that's a 60% commission, right? That's guaranteed to you no matter where you use it. I think you would like to use it for Broad Creek, but if for some reason you don't, and you want to use it for something else, fine. You're going to commit to the cards by buying them up front at that $2 per card. You take these cards, you can apply it to any expense you want, and guess what? The sale is not over in June. No. You can sell any of the cards you pre-purchased because they're yours up until December 31st at 11:59 p.m. I don't know who's going to buy them at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st, 2021, but they're yours. You decide what to do with them. You can give them out to people. Do whatever you want, but they're yours to make that full commission on and do it as you will for scouting. It's just a thought. It gets the cards out the door, gives you full control of how many cards you sell and when you sell them. Something new, something neat. I like it personally. Oh, by the way, they're not refundable or returnable. So if you commit, you got to make it happen. Oh, we have a hand raised. Aaron, what was your question?
I had put it in chat, but is that, I know it's 160 card minimum. Is it also 160 increment?
No, it's 160 card. Oh no, it's it'd be by box by box.
Okay, so you can do 160 or 320, but not 250.
That's our goal, right?
Okay, thank you.
If I can,
Yeah, and also
if I can add to that, so the minimum is 160 cards. You can buy increments of boxes, or once you buy one box, you then have the option to buy increments of 20, a pack of 20 cards.
So that's even better. That's why Carolyn's here. She knows everything.
All right, so it'll be clear on the website how to do that after the first box?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. But the minimum is 160, but in 20 cards increments above that. Also, when ordering online, if you're not doing the pre-purchase, some people say, let me have 200 cards. If you do it in orders, quantities of a full box is much easier when you're reserving. Some people are committing each unit. Round up or round down is much easier for you to track. Because I'd rather give you a whole box than have to count the individual packs of 20. So just a thought there. But then that leads to distribution and reconciliation. Boom, pickup. We're going to have the cards available for the district executives and the chairs the week of February 15th. District chairs and executives will email you with the time, location. You coordinate what's best for you to make it happen, get those cards to you and out the door. And if you want to get additional cards, you want to check in with your district camp card chair or your staff advisor. We encourage that you sell off what you've got before you get more so that it keeps the flow nice and smooth. We don't waste cards, and then you have better control and you don't feel like you're chasing people down They get cards that have been sitting out there going nowhere for months and months and months at a time. The units must settle their cards by June 30th. That is our new cutoff date, not May. You must complete and have accurate paperwork for each transaction, and any discrepancies are the obligation of the unit. Remember, we are doing the online app. There is special passwords that go with it. So this is as good as cash. We definitely have to keep track of every card and every one of these app piece of information so that we don't lose anything. So if you're issued 20 cards, you got to keep track of them. It's not like, oh, we'll figure it out later. So it's very important to keep up on the paperwork. Yeah, Sales Leader Guide is going to contain all the information that you need. It's going to be always available online, and it's going to be something that might be updated as we go. So keep track of it on the Facebook page and asking your district executive if you have any questions, because that is the big, I even go to it. That's how good it is. Now, the website is going to be the easiest place to get your additional training information. So this video, when it's chopped up and minimizing my speaking time, hopefully, will be available as a resource. So if you're not sure about something, if I droned on too long and you missed out on it, or even each unit wants to go back and revisit it, they can go easily back to the site and look at this training information. They'll have the flyers with the fillable unit information that you can download, a poster template for storefront sales, different sizes, easy and ready to print. Take it to your favorite Kinko's or UPS store that offers printing, or do it yourself if you have a nice printer. The code for bulk orders, definitely encouraging you to have that. The instructions on how to access the download, the mobile app. Like if you're like me, the first time you see it, you'll gloss over it. You probably want to go back and revisit it to get the fine points on it so that no one feels like they're lost. Once you get the app on your phone or your tablet, it's going to be like cake. It's going to be so easy and so smooth. Success. We want you to be successful. Know your product. If you don't know it, you can't endorse it. You can't promote it. The scouts, they have never seen these cards before, probably. Let them in on the secret that this is the most wonderful thing in the world. It'll help them understand everything about this, what we have to offer. And since it's an app that goes on the phone, they might even know it better than the adults, for all we know. Make it a game. So it's got to be fun. Otherwise, the scouts will get bored. Get out there, encourage competition, encourage someone to be the best speaker in the world who can talk to the most people, but clearly and concisely. It's always going to be a fun thing to do. Donations. You can do something. This is something that we learned over the last year with our Frontline Heroes campaign. You could take the proceeds from the card, and you can use it to buy a card to give to a first responder. Right? People will easily be convinced that you're doing something better than you've ever done before by offering this resource. So you can do it for yourself if you've earned enough money for camp and so on. What do you do with those proceeds? Buy the cards, get them out to the people who really could use them. We all could save some money, and we all need some appreciation, a little pat on the back. This is a nice way to give back to your community. And of course, yep.
If I could just add to that, some of you may have had girls in Girl Scouts. I did, and I was cookie mom, which was quite the experience. And one of the things that they always encouraged is that when you did your storefront sales, of course, you're always going to get people who come up to you and want to give you a donation, and that's just wonderful. What they encourage you to do is to use the donation money to buy boxes of cookies and to give it to our military overseas. They have a huge campaign for that, and they do a lot of marketing with that. And so several of our units encouraged us to take the money and do something similar, which is take the donated money, buy a camp card, and give it to our first responders. Those people who are, our firefighters and our police officers, and those people who are putting themselves out there every day, helping people who have COVID and other diseases. So That's a great thing. And we really want people to do that, because one of the things that we want to get out there in the community is the positive image of our scouts, the positive image of scouting. That scouting is still alive and well and thriving in Maryland and all over the country. And one of the ways that we do that is by showing our scouts out there in the community doing what they do best, which is serving and giving back to other people. So when you do that, take video, take photos, send it to me. That way we can go ahead and put it back out on Facebook. We can put it out. Maybe one of the media outlets will get a story going. It's one of the things that we really are striving for this year. So I just wanted to add that little blip.
One thing I noticed in the past, I'm sorry, go Mike.
If I could add, one of the things that's been very successful with other fundraisers on that same token is to have a box there at your storefront sale, so that the person who's making that donation can actually see, hey, instead of handing me $5, here, buy a card and put it in the box, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that to the local sheriff's office, or we're going to take it to the fire department or something like that. But the person who's making that purchase, making that donation, gets a bigger sense of what they're doing by physically seeing that card going into that box to go to the first responder.
Yeah, because remember, as for scouts, one of the things, we can't solicit donations. And by doing the card donation, the way Mike's describing it, whether you have a chart, a board saying, here's how many cards were sold for those first responders, and they see monies go into that special bucket, or they see the cards go in there, they know you're not just trying to raise funds, you're trying to do something purposeful. So we never ask for donations, we can't promote donations, but when they offer them, or you direct them towards purchasing a card for themselves, great. But would you like to buy a card for someone else as a gift? The first responder is the easy one to buy it for. They're doing that sale for that purpose. Anything like that's good, because it is promote our goodwill. Tips continue, because we are still successful. Storefront sales. Bring a unit flag, something that is identifying your unit, and especially if it identifies you as part of the community, because they want to feel like you are somebody they know. Hopefully they've seen the scouts out and about doing good deeds, during a good turn daily. Poster board, foam core, something sturdy, so that it weathers the elements and that doesn't look flimsy. So the best look, the more professional you look, the better you are. And that means you're in your scout uniform. There's nothing better than seeing a sharp looking scout doing everything the right way to impress an adult in this neighborhood and their friends, because I think we don't get out there enough to promote what we do is a wonderful thing. Make sure you have the mobile app instructions as well, so that you don't fumble that one. That could turn off the sale easy. For the other sales around town, making sure that you get the flyers out, or something that in a retail shop, a coffee shop, a car dealership, put on your Facebook page that promotes your unit, whatever you want to get the world to know that these Scout Saving cards are available to the public, and that it's a limited time only to buy them, unless of course you pre-purchase them, then you can get them to them all year round. So that's up to you. Here's our key dates. December and January has gone by. We are going into February, and that's when we get our cards for the district chair out to the public. April 15th, that's that wonderful date that we want to lock in our dedication to going to Broad Creek. So if you don't register by then that you're going to Broad Creek or use it for that type of activity, you can't qualify for the 60% camp credit. You'll just be doing the 50%. So if you need to talk that up to the units early, get them to think about it. They probably haven't planned all of their summer camp stuff yet, or if they're still like on the fence, here's an extra 10% they could use towards that wonderful Broad Creek experience. April 30th, we list as a mid-sale checkpoint. It doesn't hurt to check in more often, but if you're doing a weekly testing of the water, checking the temperature of your units, then on April 30th, we need all that feedback to see how we're doing. Carolyn has a lot of things that she needs to coordinate to make sure we don't run out of cards in in a timely fashion. We need to order more, maybe. We need feedback from the field. Otherwise, we can't be successful. The more cards that we don't sell means it's overhead that's gone. We don't need to do that. We don't want to waste your resources from the council. We want to make you the best you can be. And that means that we moved every single card in a timely fashion. June 30th is when the sale officially ends. We need to reconcile the cards and the payments, and we'll coordinate how to get that. We're hoping that everything's going to be a lot better. We can be out more mobile in the public, that we could do pickups better than we did last year, because that was a little difficult when people didn't want to be in person to do any of the consolation. July 9th, that's a weird date. You know why? It's the last day to return the cards for full commission. I don't think anybody wants that date to be one they'll be looking at. June 30th is a nice one. It means that everybody who's associated with this could put it behind them. It's nice and tidy. You're right in the summer. You don't have to think about it. But July 9th, if you went away for 4th of July and I forgot, I got to do this or that, you got some stragglers, that's the day, because after that, then the commissions start to go down and it doesn't look good for the units. I think if you're coordinated and you're disciplined, it should be a no-brainer. It should be easy to get these cards back and to convince people just to sell whatever they have left. So if they're not reconciled by the 9th, it's going to be $3 per card on the balance of the cards sitting out, not the $2.50. So it's in your best interest. Don't go into July. Save that for Independence Day. Don't worry about it. So what do you got to do now? Oh, you got to register your unit tonight, right? So if you haven't done it, if you're not on the list, make it happen tonight before you go to bed. Start thinking about where the storefront sales are going to happen. Or if you're just doing the mobile online app sales, fine. Or you know what? Your best opportunity is to do both. Get out there, be vocal, be visible. Begin planning your timeline, your budget, your unit sales goal. Be realistic, but be a little aggressive, because if you don't try, you're not going to sell them. So put something you can reach for, not just fall back on your heels. Schedule your unit kickoff dates. Make sure everybody's available. Don't do a soft one where it's just a couple parents. Try to get everybody there so they can get firsthand knowledge about what you're trying to do, when to do it, and why. And then they'll all work together as one big unit. And then, of course, you're setting your unit's goal. Make it realistic, but make it something you can achieve. And you might do better than you think if you make it a little bit further out than what you're comfortable with. Read all the material, watch the videos, just think back about what you did last year and how you can do better, and how many of the scouts need more help and how many are seasoned veterans. Let them mentor the younger ones or the ones who are inexperienced. Make it one big happy group. And then, of course, leverage us. We're the people who've signed on to make this happen. Contact the district chair, contact the district executive, staff advisors, anybody you can think of that can help you be successful. Take advantage of that opportunity. There's no shyness here. We want you to win. Now, this is the fun part for me. Questions. You have a chance to put in the chat room or open your mics and ask any question you need, because there is no bad questions. The only ones that are bad or dumb are the ones you don't ask. Anybody, everybody. Let's go back to our videotape.
We have a couple questions, so I'm just going to answer some of them as they're coming in. So let me just go back to our questions. We had a question about bulk orders. Bulk orders can be taken at any time. You don't have to just order them now. You can purchase bulk orders all the way up until June 30th. If we still have cards and on June 30th you realize, you know what, I can sell more of these cards, and you want to order some bulk cards, go ahead and order them, and we'll make sure that you have those cards. Let me just read a question. about the bulk order. Ordering bulk. Yes, when you order bulk cards, your commission is 60% because you're buying the cards at $2 a card, which is a 60% discount. When you sell the card for $5, you keep that $3 profit, which is 60%. And you can use the 60% commission for any expense. So unlike the camp credit of 60%, you can use this when you do the bulk sale for any expense in your unit.
Can I jump in real quick? If you have a unit that doesn't, not everybody wants to go to Broad Creek, then the easy way to keep the 60% for everyone is to commit to people going to Broad Creek to get the 60% by April 15th. But those who don't want to, let them do the pre-purchase and they can still maintain the commission. They're doing a different dedication to selling them. But since we can't split up half 50 and half 60 with that Broad Creek incentive, the pre-purchase is the easy way to be flexible on whether you're going to Broad Creek or not.
Yeah. A few more questions. There was a question about turn-in dates for different districts. The turn-in date, if the question is, when do I turn in my cards? If you sold them and you want to settle, you can settle at any time, but the drop dead date is June 30th. That's when we want everything. July 9th is the last day before your commissions drop to 30%. So that's important to note.
It might be easier for some to, every month to reconciliate, to get the money out of your hands. And then we get more cards out to you, because we're not going to, you're not going to order 2,000 cards and get 2,000 cards right away unless you guaranteed to sell them. There might be, you'll get a partial, then we'll give you the reasonable amount as we go so that we don't have too many cards sitting out there get lost. And if you want to turn money in and get another batch, that works out great. Whatever we can do to make it easy for you so you don't have tons of money laying around.
Great. There's a question about when units will receive money from the online sales. When the sale closes on the 30th, we will then take a snapshot of all the orders that have come in on that date. We will true up to every single unit, send out a report so you know how many cards you sold, what scouts sold, and how many they sold, and how much you earned in commissions. And then the monies will be deposited directly into your unit account.
So, and this is something else for you district leaders. If you're staying in touch with the units and they are selling online, it's easier for them and for you if they check in with you on a regular basis. Say, hey, I think we did about 100 online card sales. Well, we get with Carol and myself, we can confirm that people are entering the information correctly so that your scout or at least your unit is getting credit for that sale. If you think you had 120 and we only see 60 cards that were assigned to your sale for your unit, well, then we'll start to help you like, oh, you need to fine tune that. Or maybe someone's missing the message about entering things correctly. One of your scouts might not be getting that across to people. So if it's easier to find out early that there's something missing than to wait till June and say, oh, I thought I sold a ton of cards. No, we got 1,000 cards that weren't accounted for because nobody entered the information.
There was a question about what is the website for all the information. I posted it in the chat, and it is www.baltimorebsa.org. And we did just refresh the website and finish it this afternoon. So if you haven't seen it, go there. That is your training guide for all things related to the Scout Savers coupon card. And I would highly recommend that you go through the Sales Leader Guide. The Sales Leader Guide is your main resource. It contains a lot of the information that's on this presentation, but it also includes things that are not on this presentation. We also have an online video that tells you, it's a tutorial of how you use the online coupons and apps, and it shows you how easy it is to type in cities and states and look at all the different coupons that are available to you and the buyer. And this is truly a nationwide camp card. So, just to step back a little bit, we had such a great card last year with so much energy going into this sale, and then COVID hit right as we were launching it. And I know from hearing from so many families and so many unit leaders that it was exceptionally hard on all of you from a fundraising standpoint, from being locked down and not being able to get out there into the community. And we are so excited that camp is open this summer, that COVID restrictions have been little bit lifted, and that we have the opportunity to sell. It was disappointing when some of our vendors could not be on the physical card, but that to me was an opportunity to work harder with our vendor to find an option for all of you so that we could have the most incredible card, the easiest way for you to sell it, and earn your way to camp. And I have to say, similar to the Frontline Heroes campaign that we created last year, that took loft with other councils and they implemented that. This year, this online app, because of the work that I did with our vendor, we have other councils that are participating in this online app as well. So want to let you know we're the first out of the gate with it. And it was a Baltimore area council brainchild. So I really hope that you like this card and that you use it, because I've already saved quite a bit of money testing it out for everyone. Another question, after we purchase the first bulk box, can we order more down the road? Yes, 20 at a time. That might be hard because we have a somewhat of a restricted ordering system. So if you want to order additional cards in bulk of 20, let me know. We'll probably have to do that on a case per case basis, because the system won't let you put in the bulk code and order just 20. You have to do the box first. But we'll take care of that for those who want to order more after the sale or after the bulk
The
sale.
question about the previous years, the grocery stores accepting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it looks like, as usual, it's best to check with your local store. Giant tends to treat it as a competitor coupon. And the Harris Teeter, of course, will take the card. But when Carolyn worked out the deal with the online app, Safeway is on the online app. They have their coupon there. So you actually get better than last year. You have 2 guaranteed stores that would take a coupon of some sort, and they might be adding more and more during the year. So it's not just the one-stop shop that you had before. You actually going to get more money from a supermarket somehow than you normally would. So that's something you can point out to the potential customer. So there's certain ones when you go into the app, you can pull up ones for our zip code, find those popular ones like Alito's Pizza or something bizarre that nobody thought you'd even have a coupon for. And that could be the hook to get people to realize this is a serious savings of money.
It really is. And as far as the Safeway is on the mobile app, and it's a bigger discount than what we had on the card. And we found that after we started working on this, when I was doing some digging, and it's there. You look at the tutorial video and you will see the incredible stores all over, not just dining, not just grocery stores. It's shopping, it's travel, it's entertainment, it's home. There's some Home Depots on it. There's Sherwin-Williams. So I encourage you to look at the video, because that will go into more specifics of how to find, and it'll actually show you a lot of the brand names that are on the card.
I'm going to Sherwin-Williams and finding Scout red and green paint. That's what I'm going to find.
How do you get to the mobile app? Because I'm on the website now that you mentioned.
Yes. So
and then
you if you go to the website, in fact, I'm going to share my screen.
Hey, it isn't so.
I had I had the website ready to roll. It might be here. No, that is the flyer.
Hi, Flyer. Okay. Well, while you're looking for that, I can answer any other questions.
Yeah, if you go into www.baltimorebsa.org and you go into, if you wait for the banner to change, you'll see the Scout Saver coupon card across the banner. It's click on that.
I did.
And then scroll all the way down in training and resources. And when you click on training and resources, there's general information, and there's a list of all the trainings that's considered general information, the list of trainings you're going to want if you're doing the online sale, and a list of training materials if you do the storefront sale. And the video is there on the online.
There we go.
Cost for a Scout for
it was
small.
It was buried in between register your unit and buy whatever, and I was like, okay, I get it. Thank you.
You're welcome. The cost for someone at camp, I'm not sure of the exact amount. I think it's somewhere around $425, but I would check with your district executive or our camp people, Dan and Chris. They'll be able to give you the specific information. The other question is, do you have to earn the entire amount? What if you only earn a partial amount? You can take that 60%, whatever you earn, and apply it towards the camp.
Right.
If I didn't answer that question completely, let me know.
Tony had a good one about downloading the app without buying a card. You can download an app, but you can't access the coupons without the code, because you have to build a profile for yourself within the system. So until you get that code from the purchase that you'll be given with the cards when you go to sell, they can't go anywhere. It would cost them more to sign up on their own than it would be through the camp card. So actually, some people trying that on their own might say, well, gosh, I should keep on buying more Scout cards because I can get more. Because think, you set up a profile, you have access to all those coupons. You buy 2 cards, you get 2 codes. That means you can reuse, you can go back and get the same coupon again and again. And then you have access to all those other coupons. It's just like one of those weird numbers that just grows and grows and grows and grows off a $5 initial purchase.
All right, so I had a request from someone to show the camp card. So if you give me a second, I'm trying to maneuver a few things on my computer, and sometimes when I have a lot of files open, it creates a slight.
I'll break out the sock puppets while you're waiting. So yeah, Friday night. Mike has a better idea, right, Michael? No, you don't? Don't do sock? Okay. Maybe we won't do sock puppets. Okay, we don't want to lose anybody.
Howard karaoke. So someone starts some music, Howard do the singing.
Oh, that exactly is not the way to encourage people to be involved with Scout Saver cards. Yes, you can. That's a buzzkill if I ever heard of one, me singing. No, let's see, what's some other good. Oh, I think we have some stuff. Oh, we have visibles.
We do. So hopefully you can all
now
see
I'm hungry.
the screen.
You're doing it again. She does this every time. She shows the most exciting eatable coupons, and then we have to walk away going, now I can't get to the card yet. I'm hungry.
All right. So when there was a question about how do you get to see the cards, you really can't see it unless you do the training video. So you have the luxury of being on this training, and for those who get to follow after you by watching this training, they'll see just a small little snippet of what this looks like. This is what the online system looks like, but it's identical to what you'll see on the mobile app. So I've already logged in. You can see it's recognized me, and I have this opened up to the Timonium Lutherville area under dining offers. So you can see and scroll down all the different stores, merchants that are on the card for this app. You've got Papa John's, You have all three of these are part of the Lancaster Farmers Market up in the Cockeysville area, the bakery, the smokehouse, and the soft pretzels. There's Papa John's, there's Pizza Boli's, there's Checkers, there's so many other vendors, IHOP.
If the
Seasons,
scouts see the Taco Bell, they'll buy all the cards themselves.
they will.
I mean, come on, think about it.
But what's nice about this is you can also go into, I'm going to do shopping, because you can see Sherwin-Williams, Rebounders, UPS, Michaels, more UPS, Hot Topic, Francesca's, Claire's. For all of you who have young ladies, those are very popular stores for the girls. H&M, that's another very nice place. Dick's, there's
How
another
much was
coupon.
it for Michael's? What's the deal for Michael's?
For Michael's, let's go up to Michael's. Michael's is a 20% off the entire regular, let's open
Regular
it
price
up.
purchase, yeah.
Let's open it up.
Survey says.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a decent coupon. It's not that, 40% off of one item. You're getting a bigger.
It's like a teacher's discount. Yeah, that's nice.
Correct.
I wonder if
What's-
you can combine teachers with that. That would be even better.
You might. One of the other things that you'll find is that sometimes a vendor will have multiple offerings. They'll have, I'm going to go back into dining because I've seen this in the dining. I've used it myself in dining, specifically for Papa John's. So Papa John's has individual stores in the area. Once you use the coupon and you use it, that particular coupon is gone unless there's another coupon for that location in here. Now you do want to check back because as Howard said, they're adding to this every single week. So you're going to see new coupons throughout the course of the year as you go along. But one of the things that I found with Papa John's after I used my first coupon is I found that Papa John's has a general coupon. It's a store coupon that you can download and use at any Papa John's. So I was able to get two different coupons because one was a store coupon, the other one was a specific location coupon. Now on here, I wanted to show you the Safeway because I know Safeway is near and dear to everybody. So hopefully this will pop up.
Ooh, lasagna. Oh.
So you can see this is a Safeway generic coupon. There's 6 more offers on here. So you've got a coupon for select food, signature lasagna food at Safeway, but then you also have $5 off when you spend $25 on select items. You also have free delivery when you buy 5 items and spend $99. You also, it just keeps going on. So it's not just the one coupon, it's multiple coupons. And again, these may be updated as you go throughout the year.
It looks like an extension of their Safeway app. They have
Could be.
different things, different days, different weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably going to be things here that you won't get on their app. Now, think about this also. And it came up to mind the other day. You go to any of these individual stores and they could have their app. You're going to turn over your information to that store when you sign up for the app. Instead of opening yourself up to all these multiple companies, you go to one spot that's the scouting is promoting, and you have access to their coupons. Less likely that you're exposing yourself to the mass marketing at a great rate. And the joke I had the other day was, if you know that you could ride Route 50 from Ocean City to Sacramento, it's a continuous road. You could probably go on and find a Pizza Hut or a Papa John's coupon for almost anywhere you would stop on the way. So you can save money on pizza on your whole drive from coast to coast. That was for $5. So if you have a relative anywhere from here to Kalamazoo, they can save money and they cannot argue with you. This is useless. You can pull up a zip code and say, fine, I found something that you didn't know you could save money on.
Yeah. So I pulled up Ocean City because a lot of people vacation. You can see there's coupons for BJ's on the water. There's a few other places that you're familiar with. wanted to
Cinnabon.
go into the services. I think we found either the services or it was things to do, probably things to do. The bike rental shops are on here.
Putt-putt
Purple
golf.
Moose Saloon, believe it or not, lots of different golf places down in Ocean City,
Oh,
Bayside boat rentals, parasailing. So you've got quite a nice list of coupons so that when you go to Ocean City this summer, for those of you who do go, that you can take advantage of these coupons
if
and
every
enjoy your
parent bought
vacation
one
a little bit more.
if every parent bought one for themselves, I mean, just alone, and you're in the units, they're going to use them, and then they'll understand what it's about. Then they'll actually be much more inclined as to get involved. So just if everybody bought one, think how much Broad Creek's going to gain from having this fundraising.
Right. You also
And then you
have
rent a car to get there.
discounts. Yeah, discounts on other types of services, Jiffy Lube, Mr. Tire,
Ooh, I could've used
Budget.
that.
You know, Carolyn, being that you get all this for $5, I mean, you use any one of these hundreds of coupons, you made your money back. This is spectacular. I love this app.
Yeah, I do too. And I haven't used it as much because I've been quarantined for quite a while. But I'm telling you, as soon as I'm a free bird out of this house, I'm going to go spend some money. I'm going to go save money because, yeah. So hopefully you've had a chance to just get a little flavor of what this app has to offer. The training materials on the website are not identical. There's some overlap with a lot of the materials, but they are different and they're meant to be that way because there's just so much information about the sale, especially the online portion of what we're selling. So please make sure that you take a look at the training materials and you review the videos. And as I said earlier, this will be uploaded, the PowerPoint presentation itself, as well as the edited version of this, so that you can refer to it and you can use it as part of your training for your kickoff.
I think there was a question Kim was asking about. No, sorry, Kim had the multiple accounts, same email address. I believe as long as you have a different code, I believe it's a whole different coupon package. So you shouldn't have to come up with new email addresses to use the multiple cards. And then also someone asked if other councils are doing this. There's been similar programs on some councils, but it's not as wholesome and robust as what the one Carolyn found. So even though someone says, oh, I can buy it local, they still would probably be encouraged to buy this one. And you can even find me something in some other book that you found, and you could probably beat it with whatever we have in this robust selection. And then back to the basics. You're supporting scouting for $5. So you had 2 coupons, whatever. You know, it's a gift. Because one nice thing is you buy these and you give out to your family members or your friends or people you know. So if I have friends up in New York, I could go ahead and make this a gift to my nephew is a doctor at one of the hospitals in New York. He's definitely front line. I could buy him this card to thank him for what he's doing, or send them chicken soup, one of the two. And
you could also contact those people in out of state, and show them what the card has to offer, so that they can be in Chicago or Kalamazoo or Idaho, anywhere, and they can use this mobile app and save on the merchants that are in their area. And when they travel across the country, they have access to the same coupons and savings that all of you have. And so to expand this even more, if they buy the card and they can start realizing the savings, then, ask them of their network, how many people do you know that would benefit from this card? So, hey, can you send this flyer that has Johnny's name on it and his unit information? Can you send it to 5 of your friends and ask them to support my son for his camping adventures this year? I bet you they would do it, because it's only $5 and they actually can use the card itself this year. So I would encourage you to do it. I know that I will say this became available only because of some very aggressive negotiating. This card was cost prohibited when I first looked at it last year and at the beginning of this year. And great work with my representative and just negotiating. They wanted us to sell the card and we had to get it down to a price where it was not going to be $10. Some of you may have recalled me sending out a message. What if we charge $10 for the card? Because that's how much it was going to end up costing us. So we really have something remarkable here. We have about 6 other councils that I know of that are following suit. I'm not sure where they're all located, but you know, we have an opportunity to sell a lot of cards this year and to help a lot of people save money. So we can do a great service while we're earning our way to camp for our kids. So any other
everybody's
questions? If you have questions, shout out. That way we don't lose any in the chat.
So if I were to make a bulk purchase of 2 sets of 160 tonight, I wait until the 15th to pick those cards up.
Yes.
The 15th is okay.
Yes. Now, we were supposed to get the cards in today, but the driver was still in a city about 1,000 miles away. We're supposed to get the cards on Monday, but we have snow coming. So we're going to get them sometime between Monday and Wednesday of next week. Once we sort through the cards, they will be available. So I will say this, you can always contact me the week of February 8th. And
Okay.
if we have your cards sorted out, I mean, I can tell you this, bulk order cards will be put aside ASAP. We want them in your hands as fast as possible. So as soon as we get that, you can come and pick them up if you want.
Well, I think I'm going to contact each parent tonight and offer, you know, for their scout to buy at least 1 set bulk order each.
Yeah.
Try and place that as soon as possible.
All
Like,
right.
that looks like the best way to go.
That's no brainer.
It is.
It's a good start.
Our crew is going to Philmont this year, so we I'm trying all different ways to fundraise.
You know what? I will say this. I'm an Eagle mom, so I've been through fundraising for Philmont and Seabase and all the high adventures. You know, go to associations. Your parents know associations, different groups in this area. I mean, I've even thought of go to the Baltimore County Chamber of Commerce. Go to the different chambers of commerces and just say, hey, you've got a lot of members. Would you buy cards that your members can sell? Even if you want, negotiate with them. If you're going to buy those cards at a 60% discount, you know, you can always offer them a 10% discount. You're still making 50, but maybe you're increasing your sale by that much more, an exponential sale by going after an association like a chamber of commerce or some other association. So think along those lines too, because I am. I'm going to start contacting some of these associations that I know that I used to work for, and see if we can't get some cards in the hands of their members and sell these cards. And hey, you know what? That in and of itself might be an incentive where if I start selling this stuff on behalf of the council, then some of those commissions might just surprisingly show up in the hands of our top producing units, scouts, families, etc.
Right. Well, my head is spinning with ideas. I know, like, the morale is very low among officers in our county, so I think maybe doing a good turn there and having that box. Thank you for that idea.
Sure.
I picked up on that right away.
Yeah. Well, again, it's trying to think outside the box of everything I could possibly think of to why after a year like we've had, our exhausted leaders, our exhausted parents, our kids who are tired and just want to get back outside. How are we going to make this of interest for them? So I thought of lots of different ways. And so I think all of these are very exciting. I know it would motivate me. I know I'm my hardest sell. So if it motivates me, it's got to be pretty good. So just let us know other ideas you have, any questions. We really are here to support our district chairs. We've had a couple meetings. They are there to get in and help support. You're going to see communication from them. You'll see some extra communication coming out of the council office. If you don't see communication, let us know. And one of the things I think I forgot to mention, we have a Facebook group. And I think I may have texted it in the online chat. That is another great resource for everyone. That way you have just a nice network of people who are doing the camp cards with you. Share ideas, share your successes, share your questions. I look at that as soon as I see messages come in, I respond to them as quickly as possible. So I'll be sending information out there as well. Any other questions, comments? I'm curious, what do you all think of the card, what it has to offer, the different ways to sell it? Do you think it's doable?
I have a few people, when I mentioned Harris Teeter was on the card this year, they were very excited. So I have buyers already.
Good. And for those of you who are doing the online, just want to let you know, we are taking care of all shipping and handling, and there is no credit card fee to the buyer. So when they buy a $5 card, or if they want to buy more, it's the straight cost of the card, and that's it. We're taking care of, and we're absorbing all of that here at the council office. And we are keeping track. There was another question about, because the fields aren't mandatory, what do you do, and should they be mandatory? And we will lose sales if they're mandatory, because somebody will always forget to enter one piece of information. It might be that they didn't put the district in, but they put in the unit type and the unit number. And that's really all we need. We can track if they put the district in. We can track if they put in a unit number. We can track if they put just a Scout family name in. We can't track if they don't put anything in, but what we can do is determine where it's coming from. And if it's coming from within our council footprint, then we will go back out to where that order came from. Sometimes they put comments in there too, like, I'm part of the XYZ, this should go to Johnny Smith. Last year when we did a test run with the Frontline Heroes online campaign, it worked out very well. We didn't lose one order. We were able to track all of them and allocate them back to the appropriate unit so that they all got credit.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you taking time on a Friday night to come and do this training. I think you all know how busy your schedules get with different meetings throughout the week. And so we all decided that, hey, the last Friday of the month is probably the most open night for people. So that's why we chose to do a Friday night at 6 p.m. So thank you all for coming out. Howard, do you want to send us off with a few words?
Just thank you for doing everything that you do. We appreciate it more than you know, because we love talking to each other, but we really want to get the word out to the people who count, and that's you all out there in the council. So make us proud, and definitely do not be afraid to reach out to us. Let us be a resource. Let us support you, because you are the face of scouting. And if it wasn't for you, no one would be able to do it. So thanks again.